Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Bloodthirsty Thursday, and I am back at you with yet another review. But before I roll on to that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of your beautiful faces when I am here. I know it's been an awful lot lately. And also check out the information in the description box. I give you a little bit bigger taste of every single film of every single day, such as your brief synopsis, which I usually never write that myself. I'm not a writer, I'm a talker. I give you your starring cast, your director, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with an MPAA rating if there is one that exists. Trivia if I find anything, if I find anything worthwhile of mentioning. A link for either a trailer or a scene from the movie itself. Which today, don't look for that. The only thing I was able to find for you is a link for where you can purchase today's films. Because they are a bonus on a film that I have reviewed a few weeks ago called Doll Fluids by Jack Mulvanerty. This is none other than the shorts of Jack Mulvanerty that are on that collection. That is a collection on that. As bonuses on that disc. So let's go ahead and jump right into those. They're very, very interesting. They range from extremely debaucherous to kind of boring, to longer to really short, from 1 minute to 30 minutes. You know, it is quite the plethora. It is 4 short films, and I'm going to start with the longest one out of all of them because it is the first one that is on the list, and it is none other than Piety, which I found to be the best out of all 4 of them. Piety is amazing. This is Jack's best work, in my opinion. He co-directed this one, I believe, with Johnny Dickie as well. So that, I think, maybe having somebody there to help him go along and help rein the help get everything all in line was probably a good idea. There was a lot of really cool dialogue going on with it. Very interesting movie, short film. Like I said, it runs at 28 minutes. This one came out back in 2017. Don't look for any kind of MPAA ratings on any of these. These are all extremely, I would say, they're not rated, but they are for grown-ups and grown-ups only. These are not for small children. If you have a small child in the room watching these, yeah, that's not good. Anyways, but so what is it about? It's basically about a guy who is going over his tortured past of religion, depression, being abused, and he at one point goes through and he murders a girl and eviscerates her body. It is a very intense scene when it does get down to that. He's having all these strange visions, and it is filmed over a course of a year, because then you find out, like, or he has this strange vision of his cellmate, because he is locked away. His cellmate is bashing his skull in on this steel pipe that is part of the wall. Very interesting effect. Very interesting overall idea. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed this one. So definitely, if you do want to check out any of the 4 shorts, which Piety is definitely the one to go with the most out of the 4. It is, like I said, it is the longest out of the 4. It is the first and the best. Now I'm going to roll on to the second, which is Devoid. That one came out also back in 2017. This one only runs at about 12 minutes. It was really interesting. It's basically about a woman and her last night, and she meets this dude who's played by Jack Mulvanerty. Which, by the way, in Piety, both Jack and Evan Mulvanerty play the parts in that. They do a very good job playing off of each other. I'm guessing they are brothers, being that they have the same last name, and that is a very uncommon name. Or they're related, obviously, in some way, shape, or form. They look to be brothers to me. Because they look so similar in the face and in the body build. But anyways, back to Devoid from 2017, which is 12 minutes long. Woman on her last night, she meets Jack. Jack is his usual character in most of his films. He's a very debaucherous, very sadomasochistic type of character. He is very mean-spirited. Basically what he does is he goes through, and he's very, as it says in one of the descriptions that I found for it on the actual website for New Film Order, which check out their stuff. newfilmorder.com, I believe, is the website. I put the link in the description box, so go check out their stuff. They got lots and lots of good stuff. They got David Stojan's slave dolls. They got Jack Mulvanerty's doll fluids and Split. They got two other David Stojan's films, Vampire Nymphets, and I forget the other one. And then there's also Erotomania, which I hope to review that review that sometime in the future as well. I'm going to be purchasing their entire filmography just because I enjoy their stuff. I think that it is perfect for my collection. David said he'd hook me up, so yeah, gotta help support my independent filmmakers. And now let's roll on to Mercy from 2022. This one is runs at only 1 minute. This is a very short one. It is my least favorite out of all of them. It is basically just a man in a mask. I'm guessing it's Jack in a mask, doing his usual penis torture that he likes to do in his films, because he does it in both Split and in Doll Fluids, if I remember correctly, if he did it in both of them. But he definitely he sews his penis up a little bit, and it is quite cringy. Definitely something that I wasn't expecting at first. Thank God it's only a minute long, because that was just a minute much for me. It is definitely the only short out of all of them I didn't like. I honestly, I could care less about this short. It could not exist, in my opinion. No offense, Jack. I understand it is part of your art. It is part of your shtick. I get it. You know, it's your gimmick. I get that. That's cool. I appreciate it much more than vomiting. I appreciate it more than scat. I appreciate it more than urination as well. So I would rather see that than all three of those things. So therefore, you know, I mean, yeah, I am critical of it and think it's just not for me, but there are people out there that it is an audience for. So don't get discouraged by my own thoughts of that. And now on to the last and final one. This one is Sulphur, and this one also came out in 2022. This one runs at about 8 minutes. This is a very, very good one as well. It's basically about a woman who is suffering from visions of pleasure after being murdered. Like she's having all these weird like visions. It's very surreal feeling. It's I would say probably my second favorite out of all four of the shorts. It is very, very well made. That is one thing with Jack's films. Starting from 2016, moving all the way up to 2020, 2022, he has very much improved his style of filmmaking, and I applaud that, and I appreciate that and admire that, and I think that he has an immense amount of talent. I just wish more of his films were like Piety or Sulphur. I want dialogue. I know that's something David and I talk about quite often. I want dialogue. I want great camera work. I want some flashy editing. I want some good plot development. I want something that has style and substance, and that's what Jack is building on. And the dialogue is his only weak spot in his films. Granted, Piety is heavy in the dialogue, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I enjoyed it so much, because I was able to soak in and understand these characters so much more than I was unlike with Devoid or obviously with Mercy. There's no dialogue whatsoever. There really doesn't need to be dialogue of somebody sewing their penis up. There's really no need for that. So I understand that one. But Sulphur, I mean not Sulphur, but Devoid could have used a little more. But it worked. I didn't dislike it. I didn't dislike it at all. Out of the four, I like 3 out of the 4. I think that's pretty damn good. 75% is good for me. Out of a collection of four shorts, that I'm not gonna say I wasn't really ready for. I guess I would say I wasn't ready for more shorts this week. I was ready for a feature film, which tomorrow I will be doing a feature film. I will be doing hopefully either a White Gardenia film or a film called Pink Rabbit. One of the two. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, tune in tomorrow. Got some good shit for you. So let's roll on to some technical abilities with these. Jack technically is very sound at editing. He's very good at that. Very flashy. He knows what he's doing there on that end. Acting is fine. I never really critique acting in films because it's pointless in my opinion. Not everybody is a good actor. Not everybody is a bad actor. And people fail to realize that it takes all types of people to make the world go round. And sometimes awkwardness is how people really are. And acting awkward is not easy to do, and so if you're an awkward person in general, it can really convey easier. So if that makes sense. But anyways, it's just a small little example that I'm making. It's nothing to do with Jack's films, but I'm just saying that acting is acting. I can accept it from everything from a Mulvanerty film to a Joel Wynkoop film. I mean, they're all great. Even a Scorsese film. I mean, the guy. I mean, they all have their range of actors that they use, and I appreciate and love, and can admire and get past those things. Now, as far as ratings go, Piety is getting a 4 out of 5. Solid 4 out of 5. Devoid, 3 out of 5. Love it, love it, love it. But Piety, yes, definitely a 4 out of 5. Mercy, 1 out of 5. I absolutely did not like it. Don't take any offense to that one, Jack. It just was not for me. I know that there's many folk out there that are into that stuff, but it's just not mine. And then Sulphur, I'm going to give a 3 out of 5 as well. Actually, I'm going to bump that up to a 3.5 out of 5. Excuse me. So we got a 4 for Piety, a 3 for Devoid, a 1 for Mercy, and a 3.5 for Sulphur. So that's very fair review, I feel like, for each and every one of those. Very rarely do I give out the dreaded one, but it just didn't click with me. So anyways, tune in tomorrow. I hope all of y'all have a lovely rest of your day, and and as always, peace.